اللهم إنا نحمدك ونستعينك ونستغفرك ونستهديك ونؤمن بك ونتوكل عليك ونثني عليك الخير كله، نشكرك ولا نكفرك ونخلع ونترك من يفجرك. اللهم إياك نعبد ولك نصلي ونسجد وإليك نسعى ونحفد، نرجو رحمتك ونخشى عذابك، فقنا عذابك يوم تبعث عبادك. اللهم لك أسلمنا وبك آمنا وعليك توكلنا وفيك خاصمنا ولك احتكمنا وبك استعنا، فاغفر لنا ربنا ما قدمنا وما أخرنا وما أسررنا وما أعلنا وما أنت أعلم به منا، أنت المقدم وأنت المؤخر، لا إله إلا أنت ولا إله غيرك، ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله. وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، له الملك وله الحمد، يحيي ويميت وهو حي لا يموت، بيده الخير وهو على كل شيء قدير، هو الأول والآخر والظاهر والباطن وهو بكل شيء عليم. وأشهد أن نبينا ورسولنا وإمامنا وعظيمنا وحبيبنا وقدوتنا محمد رسول الله. اللهم صل وسلم وبارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم احنا على سنته وتوفنا على ملته واحشرنا في زمرته وادخلنا الجنة تحت لوائه. اللهم أوردنا حوضه واشملنا بشفاعته واجزي خير ما جزيت نبيا عن أمتي. أما بعد. As you know, today or this Friday is the first Friday in the summer holiday, and we have our youth with us, some from high school, mid school. So I ask the indulgence of the elderly, inshallah, today to address them, inshallah, with a few reminders, starting by saying that wallahi Allah Azza wa Jal has gifted you with something very precious, but you must know the value of it first. If someone is passing by a road and he finds a diamond, but he doesn't know its value, he will neglect it. Yes, he will think it's just a piece of glass and he will neglect it. The same, you have been gifted with this gift of Islam, Iman. You've been born in a Muslim family. Other people spend most of their lives searching for religions, this religion and this religion, searching for the truth until they find the truth. But you, Allah Azza wa Jal, has gifted you with this great gift. In order to be grateful and thankful for this gift, you must know the value of this Islam. You must think of what is coming. Every soul shall taste death. Yes? Allah Azza wa Jal said, كُلُّ نَفْسٍ ذَائِقَةُ الْمَوْتِ. But what comes after death? There is Yawm al-Qiyamah, there is paradise, there is hellfire. What's your purpose in life? Where are you going? Why are you here? All these answers, subhanallah, you will not find other than in religion, in Islam. La ilaha illallah. Without la ilaha illallah, no one will enter paradise. And you have been gifted with this. So first, you should know the value of what you have. And then thank Allah Azza wa Jal for this gift. And how do you thank Allah Azza wa Jal? By the actions, saying, believing, and action. آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات. This leads me to the second point, or the third is how to value something is by the knowledge. You need the knowledge of Islam. You need to understand Islam. You need to understand your religion. In a hadith, small story, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Jabir ibn Abdullah says with the companions that they were with one of them on a trip, and then a stone hit him, a stone. So he was bleeding, a very big bleeding too much, and during night he had a dream. He needed ghusl in the morning, and he asked the people with him, can I make tayammum? And they told him, no, as long as there is water you cannot make tayammum. And he used water, and with this bleeding he died. When they came to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he was very angry. He said, ألا فليسألوا إنما شفاء العي السؤال إنما كان يكفيه أن يعصب عصبة ويمسح عليها ويتيمم. The Prophet said, shouldn't they have asked? The cure to ignorance is inquiry. Cure to ignorance is inquiry, asking knowledge and asking the source, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And this is what I will speak about the next, is that we should, to understand Islam correctly, we go back to the source, Quran and the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. But let's, in this story, the Prophet made a dua on them. He said, قَتَلُوهُ قَتَلَهُمُ اللَّهِ. They have killed him, may Allah Azza wa Jal kill them. Subhanallah. إِنَّمَا شِفَاءُ الْعِيِّ سُؤَال. They should have come, they should have asked, inquired. That is the cure to ignorance. So Al-Bukhari, in one of the chapters, in Kitab al-Ilm, the book of knowledge, in one of the chapters he made the title باب العلم قبل القول والعمل. He said this chapter, knowledge before saying and doing. So before, if you don't know how to pray, like these people, if they don't know that he could have made tayammum, because tayammum is not only when you can't find water, but also if you can't use water. But they didn't know this, so they should have asked. They should have come to the Prophet ﷺ, and the cure to this ignorance was asking. The cure, he would not have died. Yes, subhanallah. قَتَلُوهُ قَتَلَهُمُ اللَّهِ. So this is my second advice to all youth. Knowledge. Seek knowledge. Understand Islam correctly. Understand your religion from the correct sources of Islam. Not only from Google. Not only from YouTube. Because unfortunately, you're going to see a lot on YouTube. Doubts. All kinds of doubts. And we're going to speak about this. But go back to the source of Islam, the Quran and the Prophet ﷺ, the Sunnah, whether his life, his biography, how his Sunnah is the action, is the interpretation of Islam. What the Prophet used to do is the correct understanding of Islam. So my advice, which is the third, the Quran, you should have a daily relationship with the Quran. Even a small, you should have reading, understanding, hifz, memorization of Quran, a strong relationship with the Quran. In a narration, this is the rope between us and Allah Azza wa Jal, Hablullah. This is one end of the rope is here in dunya, the Quran, and the other end is in the heavens, the Quran. So this is the third advice. Read Quran, understand Quran, return to the Quran, have a daily relationship with the Quran. إن هذا القرآن يهدي للتي هي أقوم. Guidance. We will find guidance in Islam, and this is what I'm going to speak about. The doubts. Unfortunately, a lot of doubts on YouTube. People speaking لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله. Lots of things, and you're going to face this. Do not be ashamed to ask. This is the second thing. In a hadith, the companions came to the Prophet and told him, there are some thoughts that come to our minds that we think of, they are so great to even speak about. So the Prophet told them, أَوَجَدْتُمُوهُ, did you find that? It's the whispering of the shaitan, the doubts. Did you find that? They said yes. He told them, ذَاكَ صَرِيحُ الْإِيمَانِ. This is iman. This is iman. Because you have iman, then that's the whisper and the doubts, and these thoughts are going to come. In another narration, the Prophet told them, أحدكم يظل يقول من خلق هذا حتى يقول من خلق الله. So the shaitan will tell you who created this, who created the skies, who created the moons, until he tells you who created Allah Azza wa Jal. So if you come across these doubts, ask about them, inshallah. Do not be ashamed of them. Like the companions came to the Prophet ﷺ, also you should come ask about them, and inshallah you'll find your answers. You'll find your answers whether with the scholars or in the Quran and the Sunnah. So the first, value your religion, value Islam. Be thankful for Islam. Have the knowledge, the correct knowledge from the correct source of Islam, Quran. The fourth, this miracle. Every prophet was given a miracle. Moses, we spoke about Musa, about the sea and his asa, his stick, and his hand, light. Jesus alayhi salam, he used to bring the dead back to life, cure the ill. He was given miracles. Our Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam, his miracle is with us until today. Until the end of time, this Quran is the miracle. This Quran is the cure for spiritual diseases and even physical diseases. شفاء وننزل من القرآن ما هو شفاء ورحمة للعالمين. So hold on strong to your faith, hold on strong to your Islam, understand Islam. And what leads my fourth point is that Islam is not difficult. Allah Azza wa Jal says, إن ما جعل الله عليكم في الدين من حرج يريد الله بكم اليسر ولا يريد بكم العسر. These restrictions are for your sake. Haram, halal, everything when you think of haram there's harm in it. That's why Allah Azza wa Jal has made it haram. And everything that is good is halal. Allah Azza wa Jal, these restrictions are for your sake. These restrictions are, Allah Azza wa Jal knows better. Some things you might not find, you might not know the wisdom in it. But like I said, if you have these doubts, you just have the trust in Allah Azza wa Jal. At this point, you might not understand them, but further on, when you have more knowledge, you will get to understand them. And this leads me to the fifth point, is that you might think your parents are harsh on you. You might think your parents are strict every time, pushing you to pray, do this, don't do that, do this. Believe me, it's all out of love. Wallahi, if it's not our love and concern for what's better for you, that's what we want for you. We know, you might, as I said, at this point of your life, you might not know the benefit of it. But when you grow up and you will know the benefits of it, you will think of my father, you will think, I'm grateful for him for teaching me this, for pushing me to read Quran, for pushing me to memorize Quran. And you'll be grateful for that when you have. My last point is that this holiday, try to make your time is very valuable. Try to make use of this time. Tomorrow you're going to be busy, you're going to have a family, kids, a job. Now you have the time, make time of it. I'll give you a simple idea. Go back to your parents and make a deal with them. Make a small contract. Tell your father that in this holiday, in this 6 weeks, I'm going to do, for example, I'll give you my example. Tell your father, I'm going to memorize every day 1 page of the Quran. And your father to reward you. If he doesn't reward you, come to me, I'll reward you. But try to make something useful of this holiday. Try to make something productive. Whatever is, I gave you an example of Quran. You go to your father, say, for example, you're going to read these books. You're going to do this, something productive, useful. I'm not saying don't play Xbox or PlayStation, don't football. No, you should balance. Have some time for your football, you're playing, but have something useful. Have something productive of your time. May Allah Azza wa Jal give us the tawfiq to raise our children in the best manner and to teach them the best, inshallah, and to see them successful. Because that's what we want. Why we're pushing them, why we're strict on you, is because we want to see you successful, inshallah. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم فاستغفروه.